been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-da-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. La-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid. But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Ya-da-da-da-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go! Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. La-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
A new intro! Yay! Oh, and all my players are freaking out in the background. This is so cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome tonight to Gothic Horror Gaming. It's up over there. Whee! That was cool. Thank you, Zarkenfrude. Holy smoke, that was super cool. I really, really liked it. I'm so glad that worked out. Yay! Big ups to our friends Christina, who helped putting that out together. That was, yes, awesome. Cool. Welcome to Gothic Horror Gaming. I'm going to take a minute to thank our sponsors and then go through the creepy stuff. Going to say hi to 3D, to you, our friends Amy and Jesse. They are super awesome. They create 3D printed, really cool objects. A lot of them have been printed by wood, which is really interesting, but they also have some plastic stuff that they've started to delve into. Some of it is hand designed by them. A lot of it's hand painted. So please check it out, 3dtu.org. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram as well. Also would like to give a shout out to Destination D&D, destinationdnd.com for all of your D&D destination needs. That sounded stupid. Anyway, so they have a tour coming up very soon. It'll be in I think it's in July, in England, where you will be at that castle that is pictured in this shot right now. So at Muncaster Castle, there's some really cool stuff going on with that. So please check that out, destinationdnd.com, if you are interested. Also gonna thank myself. I have a book out. It's called Dread. I have another book out called Dare as well, but this is my second one. I'm really proud of this one. It's a collection of unnerving tales and poetry for dark nights. Given enough time to let my brain cook and do the thing, it always ends up working out relatively well. So check it out online. It's on Amazon right now. Woo! Okay. Thank you all for joining me. Ooh. And Prue says, upcoming arachnid sightings, beware. We'll get there. I'm excited for that. Okay. Yes, Handler Z is still on a Super Bowl high. Go Eagles. That was a lot of fun. That was that was a game. I was not expecting it to go that way, but that was a fun game. So anyway, yes, go Eagles. Also, happy Valentine's Day. Where's my banner? Happy Valentine's Day. Time for some immolation. Hooray! So this is Gothic Horror Gaming, and first thing that you guys need to know is that it is a horror game. So it is Prue, I'm going to be doing this for like 4 minutes. You don't have to keep holding that up if you don't want to. Thanks. I can see her in the background, like ready to do cool things. And I was like, hang on, I got to talk for a minute. Okay. Gothic Horror Gaming is a horror gaming which involves this. The following content might contain graphic horror scenes, violence against minors, creatures of common phobias, which we will get into. There is specifically in this game, we've added the new mechanic, which is a Delta Green mechanic. We've added the mechanic of mental health points, so people can lose mental health points for horrible scenes, and they've already seen bodies of people who have been spontaneously combusted. At least that's what the news is saying currently. Yeah, get ready for some immolation, some fire. And if that's not your thing, that's totally fine. There's a lot of really awesome content that happens on Nat 21 Adventures on a regular basis. So if this isn't your cup of tea or your boost drink, then feel free to move on to something else. But if you like this kind of thing, it's going to be a lot of fun. We are playing a sort of combo of rule systems. This is mostly over the edge rules, and that is a d6 based system. So we have a d6 and all of your traits. You have 3 traits for your character, 1 primary and 2 secondary. All of your traits you roll according to your d6. So if you are an airplane pilot might be your first trait, and then you are also a caretaker for an elderly grandmother, and you like to go golfing. So at any point, if you were doing something that might involve your expertise as an airplane pilot, like, oh, okay, I've got to drive this vehicle. I know how to drive a lot of different vehicles because I've been trained, any kind of plane because I'm an airplane pilot. So then they would roll 4d6. If something medical came up, they might say, oh, well, because I take care of my elderly grandmother, I'm used to a lot of medical issues. So for this one, I'm going to ask to roll 3d6. And then if something came up that had 0% to do with their any of the expertise that they have, lockpicking, like there's no real justifiable way to say, yes, your expertise as an airplane pilot. If there's no justifiable way to include it in your traits, generally speaking, you will roll 2d6, unless it is something that is way, way, way far out of your expertise. Like you can't perform major surgery on somebody. First aid I'll give you, but you can't attempt to perform major surgery on somebody. You would roll 1d6 and hope for the best. Speaking of, we have helps, and that comes from all of you in the audience. So if you would like to help our players, you can use their Twitch points to allow for these players to get an additional die roll on their stuff. So if they are using 4-die roll, let's say they're using their main trait to do something specific, they can roll 5d6 and take the highest 4. But I also get them, as you see, as well. So if I want to roll to be something's happening, like a combat or something, I might roll an additional die as well and take the highest ones, depending on how things go. So you may feel free to give out your Twitch points as you so choose. Some things are going to get interesting. So a brief summation of what's happened so far. This is based in reality. We're going to call this February of 2024, when things were a lot less hectic. We'll go with hectic. When things were a lot less hectic in the world. So it is a modern setting. All modern things still exist, like cell phones, computers, the internet. All of that stuff is still a realistic resource that you could potentially use during the game. And in this situation, we are going with the SAVE, which is the Society of the Silver Way. I have that there. Societas Argenti Viae. Oh God, I'm terrible at Latin right now. Eternitata. It says Tata. Anyway, writing that one down as a stupid thing that we could talk about later. Tata. Anyway, okay. So in SAVE, the supernatural is real. It is rarely benevolent. At most times, at the best of times, it is chaotic, like chaotic neutral. But most of the times it is mean and terrible and scary. And these particular players have been called together because they know it's something about witches is happening. They are in central Pennsylvania. And they know that there have been 2 bodies discovered, a person named Terrence Curry of Hallam and another person named William Hess of East York. They were both found to supposedly have spontaneously combusted. They've also been introduced to a person named Elizabeth Rodriguez, very loosely. She is an older woman, about 65. She was living in a house that was far out of town, and she sent an emergency call to Sam Watts about someone coming to help her. So why don't we get to Sam right now and see how everything played out? So Sam, tell us how things went last week.
Whoa. That was exciting. Bears. I don't think I have ever encountered bears, let alone bears like that. And the best descriptor I can come up with is obsessive. Those bears, they were obsessed with, nothing was deterring them from getting into that house. And I'm glad that we were able to get Miss Rodriguez out of there. That was, gunfire and glass breaking in the door, and it was a lot. It was a lot that happened, and I am pumped about it.
I'm glad you're excited. I'm glad that's where we've ended up, is excited.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wow.
Crazy. Speaking of crazy things, all right, everyone prepare if you have anything against arachnophobia or if you have anything against spiders. All right, Sheila, we're bringing you on. Here we go. Ooh. You're muted, honey.
Sorry, I had to wrangle this little blighter. Isn't she a beaut?
I love it.
Hi, mates. It's me and Sheila Irwin. Remember, no relation. And my good friend Marcy, the constrictor, the rainbow constrictor. Oh, my goody! What a palaver it was. This when we last saw each other. It's I never saw any wildlife out like that before. But I have no explanation for it, and I'm never gonna forget the way that bear's eyes looked right at me as it snapped out of its trance just as it breathed its last.
Yeah. And as a animal behavioral psychologist, you know that this is not the way that bears normally behave. What would you have normally expected approaching that situation?
Well, first of all, black bears like them. They tend to be much more shy of humans. It takes a lot to get them to behave like that. Like if they were really, really hungry, or perhaps if they had rabies, but that's not how rabies looks, of course. So typically, my can of bear spray is plenty to get them to step off of wherever they're not wanted it. And so the fact that they were that determined to get into their house, it was disturbing. It was.
Indeed.
Almost
All right.
unbearable.
Oh, God. Oh, you guys are getting back into this again. All right. I'm bringing, not that this is going to help the situation, but I'm going to bring back in Jack Brown, who is our photojournalist, and we'll see what he has to say about things.
Oh, well, that was a little bit more intense than I was expecting, but we got through it, and looks like Ms. Rodriguez is all right, and we just gotta get out of here. I think we should help her pack and find a safer place to be.
And you're a heck of a crack shot when it comes to gun usage, apparently.
Well, yeah, you go into a lot of dangerous areas sometimes when you're a photojournalist. Everything from Central African Republic or the Congo to Philadelphia after a Super Bowl win. So, I mean, as my grandfather used to say, win or lose, tonight the city burns. So,
You're not wrong.
yeah. So,
We're a very
Hate it.
enthusiastic city. Sorry. All right. So, at least as we left it last time, you have Elizabeth Rodriguez with you. And you guys are, as far as I know, sitting in your it is a 2002 Ford Escort.
Yep. It's got a CD player. It's nice.
And a stick shift. Am I remembering that correctly?
Sure is. Gets you a little bit more oomph.
So you're all sitting in this Ford Escort, sort of processing what just happened. And you haven't gone anywhere yet, but I am curious to see how all the processing happens. So go to, friends.
All right.
Well, it stands to reason that if those two bears were acting that way, that there might be some other wildlife in the area that's been affected.
Do you think it was some kind of pathogen, like some kind of like disease situation, something?
Well, there's no way of knowing without being able to do a necropsy on the beasts, and we don't have the ability to take them whole. But I suppose, a couple of us got enough blood splattered on us. We could do some cursory checks at least.
All right.
Well, hold on a second. Maybe I'll go to get a sample. I've got my Ziploc bags. So hold it right there. You two discuss with Ms. Rodriguez next steps. I'm gonna go get some samples from the bears.
Sheila, take this with you, and I give her the Glock.
Thank you.
Point, squeeze. It has enough in it at the moment.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
You only used 2 shots before, eh?
No, he shot. I think it was at least 3.
I think I did 3 or 4 last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. 3. I did 3 shots. Yeah.
All right. I checked the safety. and I hold it with good gun discipline, trigger discipline, and I keep it
Good
in
on
my
you.
keep it in my hand while I approach the bears with my Ziploc bags ready to pick up some samples.
All right. Don't eat anything.
I do what I want.
So, Ms. Rodriguez, any idea of why they were coming after you? These bears.
Um,
I've turned on my recorder.
Hi. I could hazard a guess, I guess.
Did you hear it?
Oh, by the way, I'm Sam Watts. It was me who you called. Hi.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Whew. I'm still
of
just
course.
getting over sort of the shock of everything. It's kind of
Yeah, I'm a photographer, Jack.
hi.
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 Yeah. She seems sort of breathless and a little confused and kind of not excited the way Sam is, still sort of shaky. But I mean, to your credit, she was never touched the entire time. She was in the middle of her little house, and the bears had gotten through the window and through the door, but they had never actually gotten close to her. I'm just loving the spaghetti sauce. Sorry. Yeah. So, I don't know what to say. Wait, this is a save thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and it probably has to do with that, right?
Can you elaborate on that?
How would bears have anything to do with save?
I don't know about the bear part, but I mean, I've been doing some minor investigating into a bunch of mysterious deaths, and they seem weird. So maybe this is being put on the right track or something.
Couple of things. First, do
This
you
is
have
a
any
small
documentation? What was that?
This is a small car. It's a
It's a 2002 Ford
It's-
Escort. It's fully loaded.
That's what we got.
okay.
So do you have any documentation of the investigation that you've been doing? Any kind of paperwork or like PDFs or anything that we could take a look at?
Oh, just a lot of handwritten notes.
Love that.
Although I don't
Great.
know if they're.
Do you want to? Are they in your house, or do you have them in a bag with you right now?
They're probably in the house.
All right, I'll go with you.
You want me to go in?
If you're all right with that. Otherwise, you could tell Sam. Otherwise, you can tell me where to go, and I'll find them.
No. I will try to go in.
All right.
And her kind of say a couple of things under her breath in sounds maybe like German, but you're not sure.
All right,
Real quick,
Ms.
that was my
Rodriguez.
second-
Oh no, go ahead, Sam.
Sorry, that was my second question. You seem to be doing some sort of like chanting or what was you had herbs and stuff? What was that? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah. Well, I figured that's probably why you guys are here. I'm a faith healer, practicing faith healer, and that's sort of my expertise of things that I do. And that's, within this area, we speak Pennsylvania Dutch, at least in terms of when I'm calling upon spirits and things like that. So sometimes it's in Latin. I don't really speak Latin, but sometimes there are things.
Sure.
Getting something.
It'll come back to you in a second. Ms. Rodriguez, when we go into the house, all right, I want you to keep your eyes straight ahead of you, all right? Do not look down at the dead bear, all right? Do not look down, all right? I want you to
Maybe we should go.
Yes,
back?
we can go. Yeah, we can go in through the back door. That's great. Do not look at it, but if things get overwhelming, I want you to count to 15. You can survive anything for 15 seconds, okay? Count to 15.
15.
All right? 15. You can survive anything for 15 seconds.
Okay.
All right.
Pause for a second. I'm going to go over to Sheila. Sheila, obviously it's easy for you to get samples of anything that you want. How far do you want to go with it? Do you just want to get like blood? Do you want to get like do you want to cut something apart?
Well, I figured I'd take not going to describe how, but I got a scat sample, and I also it was relatively easy. At least one of them was blown apart in the chest, so I was able to get some blood and tissue samples as well, and this is the best I could do for an eyeball.
Thank you.
So got me an eyeball. It's the Lindor chocolate.
That's adorable. In a gross way. I love that for you.
Thank you. Yep, I just remembered I had this was actually a taco meat.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh, that's very accurate. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Time for some grossness. Here we are. Sheila, can you, this is going to be a weird question, but can you roll, what are we doing? 3. We'll go with 3. Roll 3d6, and then if you can text or message me the results, I will give you information.
All right. Very good. I'm having to pull up my my dice. I forgot to pull that up before.
I forgot to bring other than this one, so I have this one die that I have to roll over and over and over again. But it's okay. Just send me the result.
Will do.
Cool. Okay, back to Jack and Sam and a very nervous Elizabeth. Okay, okay, looking up. Okay.
Yeah,
they're
they're doing great.
They're walking past me, aren't they?
Yes, they are walking past you now.
All right, well, I'd like to join the party unless you think I'm still working on getting my samples.
No. At this point, you've gotten your samples. You should be fine.
All right, then I'd like to join them.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. Looking up. Not. Yeah, oh, it smells. Oh boy.
Breathe through your mouth.
Ooh, okay.
You got this. Do
you have any family in the area?
I do. Okay. Rodriguez isn't my name anymore. I try to use my maiden name of Myers. Most of the time, Rodriguez is my ex-husband. He moved back to Boca. Sort of a long-term Rumspringa thing that happened, but I don't talk to most of them. Woo. Okay, still looking up. And you guys are able to traverse relatively easily. Now, she was dressed still for it being relatively late at night. What, it was like 10 o'clock or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
You guys called her. She still had her outfit on, so she has like a I mean, it's cold, it's the winter, so she has like boots and jeans and a big sweater that she's been wearing. She has very you're gonna love this. She has very fluffy hair. It looks sort of like she has bangs that are curled almost backwards, like a big just roll of bangs in the front, and then like very fluffy curly hair all over. It's more blondish than it is in you can't tell what it probably naturally was, but at least it's blonde now.
Sure. I just Gloom Mistress texted you some off-screen action.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on off screen today. Yeah, you guys are able to make it to the back of her house. Did you get her out the back door? Am I remembering
Yes.
that correctly? Yeah. Okay. So the back door is still open. It's the storm door is sort of hanging open, kind of waving back and forth in the light breeze. I mean, it's cold out, but yeah.
Can I do a perception check? While I was out there, I was trying to pay attention to see if there was any other wildlife that was going to be coming around.
Sure. Okay. So you are trying to look for wildlife, so that you can roll your animal behavior guy. Yep. That's 4. I can't pronounce animal behavioral psychologist. I don't know why.
Probably doing it in an Aussie accent.
Oh yeah, I bet.
All right. Shall I tell you the results of the 46?
That one, yes.
That one I got a 13.
Okay. While you were digging around in bear carcasses, you didn't hear or see anything odd. It sounds like, I mean, you can still hear basically like the light sounds of the forest. So it sounds like there's some leaves that are falling out in the distance. There aren't crickets, but there aren't crickets this time of year because it's so cold. You haven't heard an owl, but that with the gunfire, it wouldn't make sense for them to be around at the moment. So at least right now, you are not hearing any approaching footsteps. You are not hearing any animal cries or howls or anything like that.
Very good. Well, seems clear, but everyone walk soft, all right?
As you say this, Elizabeth immediately trips over a rock and goes, ah!
It's all right.
I'm not. I'm looking up. Okay, where's my door? Okay.
You can look straight ahead, ma'am.
Okay.
Don't look down. Just don't look down.
Okay. Yeah, she's able to get in the back door. Now, again, this is an interesting sort of house. So it doesn't have a whole lot of space in it. Basically, the main front door that the bear trampled in, was a sort of a living room, dining room, kind of kitchenette sort of thing, all in one space. And then there was the bedroom off to the right. And then there's a little tiny bathroom. But it is meant to be a very small, sort of self-contained hut, for lack of a better term. And it's actually surprisingly well made. It was, I think the front door I said was made of some kind of metal, but then the rest of it's like brick. It's like a pretty solid little brick dwelling, which is pretty nice. As soon as you guys walk in, you easily spy all of the religious iconography everywhere. There are crosses, there are candles, there are devotional prayers, there are Bibles, there's a giant picture of a white Jesus holding his hands together like this. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about when I mention that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, the Obi-Wan Jesus. Yes, exactly. My mother-in-law, unironically, had that as her backdrop at one point. She's 75. You can't blame her. Anyway. Obi-Wan Jehovah. We love it.
So
yeah.
Can I just Miss Rodriguez, could you possibly, or Miss Meyer, do you prefer Meyer?
I think Myers better. Myers.
Okay. Great. Miss Myers, could you just direct us where the notes might be?
Sure. Well, so if I can't look down, in the bedroom, I have a desk. It's usually close to the window. There's probably notes there. I think that's Oh, that's the last place I think I remember them. Oh,
Well, that was the. I think you might be talking about the place where one of the bears was trying to get in the window. So why don't you let me go take a look? All right.
okay.
All right.
Okay. Could somebody just help me get my coat from the coat closet. It's by the front door.
I'll get that.
And maybe just my toothbrush.
Miss,
Do you
Miss
have any
Rodriguez-
medications that we should know about?
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. I do have some blood pressure medication in the medicine cabinet in the bathroom.
Ms. Rodriguez, take a nip of this. Why don't you?
I don't drink. But thank you.
All right.
Unless you happen to have a secret whoopie pie somewhere. That's my only indulgence.
Oh,
I don't have that, but I have a Hershey bar here.
I'll take that.
All right,
Okay.
and I give her the Hershey bar.
And you see this woman who is in her mid-60s just rip open this bar and just like sort of gobble it down like a little kid, just like no. There's chocolate smeared on her face.
cures what ails you.
Yeah. She's still clearly very nervous. Like even taking the chocolate bar out of your hand, her hands are shaking. I should probably. Oh my, that was very. I should have said a prayer before I ate. It's very. Okay. Can somebody get me a washcloth or a hand towel so I can clean off my hands? That would be nice.
Do I see one around?
If you go into the bathroom, she's very well organized.
Great. I want to, while in there, pop open that medicine cabinet, grab any medications I see that might be important.
Yeah, she has. She definitely has blood pressure medication. She also has, what do they call it? Is it tradnazone? I don't know. One of those like anxiety medications that you only take in emergencies.
Got it.
Like Valium.
Right.
So she has that as well.
I grab those. I grab a towel.
Yeah.
I come back. Here you go, Miss Myers. I also found your anxiety medication. Would you want to take one of those right now?
Oh my. Yes. Although I warn you, I get a little loopy on it sometimes. But
That'll be okay.
I'm not driving. I'm
No, we'll drive you. Don't worry. We'll get you out of here. So I pop the Valium. I hand her one. Is there a cup that I could get or some water or something?
Yeah, there are some cups in the dish drainer by the sink. It is a lovely butter yellow sort of kitchenette. Yeah, she has matching cups that sort of look like they're from the 1970s or maybe from a yard sale.
Yep.
Gloom Mistress, I'm gonna go to the front window.
You're heading to the front door because there was the coat closet or something, right?
Yeah. So when I'm getting her coat and everything, I look at the front, and is there any sign of anything around or coming down the street or anything like that?
Not right now, but I will need you to make some kind of strength roll. I guess you could do marathoner, so you could roll 3. The bear's body is basically laying across the door frame and also sort of blocking the ability for you to get the door open to the coat closet.
Am I already in the bedroom getting the documents? Because if I see him struggling, I'm going to help.
That's a good question. I will say you are already in the bedroom. If he asks for your help, then you can try to help him.
Very good.
All right.
I help friends, mates.
All right. I rolled a 15. Does that do any good on this or not?
Yeah, you know what? You are yes, you are able to. It takes some effort. You are able to eventually sort of yank the door in enough to get sort of at least a hand into the coat closet. And you can kind of feel around and see what some of the thicker coats would be. It is the winter. But in the process of doing that, you have jammed the door sort of into what's left of the head of the bear, and it made some pretty disgusting squelching noises. And Liz is definitely affected by this point. She's like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she starts very loudly counting to 15.
Deep breaths.
Take her out.
Ooh.
Hey Sheila, how you doing in there?
I don't know, Gloomist, how am I doing?
Well,
That has a fair bit of bear blood on it, doesn't it?
yeah, I was gonna say there is a fair bit of bear viscera and a lot of blood actually, because it kind of cut its throat in the window as it was coming through. So yeah, there are papers. You can't be sure what they say, and they're all kind of wet and stuck together right now. Like, might need an extra plastic bag for these guys.
All right. Well, I got a whole box of Ziplocs right here.
I love that you're so prepared. I'm an animal behavior psychologist, and I must have plastic bags to collect samples.
I did put it in my list of things in my backpack, in my rucksack.
I love this for you.
Ziploc bags for collecting samples.
Sam, you are taking her back around to the front?
Yes.
Okay. She has finished loudly counting to 15, and she's sort of trying to breathe through everything and having a hard time. And then she suddenly grabs your arms and looks straight at you and says, oh, I need my books. Okay. There is on the bookshelf in the hallway, by the door, I'm not going to think about that, by the front door, past the coat closet, there is my Bible. It's large. It's from the 1800s, and it's a book called The Long Lost Friend. If you can get both of those for me, that would be very helpful.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep her in sight, and I'm gonna just kind of go up to the front door and be like, Jack, you in there still? Are you by?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see past the closet? There's a bookshelf. There's a Bible and a book called, what was the book called again?
The Bible?
No. There's another book.
Long Lost Friend.
And a Long Lost Friend.
Yeah, it's right there.
See them? Great. Can you grab those, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
Great.
In a position of venery at the top on a shelf with nothing else on it are a massive Bible. I mean, like huge, like big Amazon box level. That's just the only thing I can compare it to at the moment. Big ass Bible from the 1800s.
Before
40
Gloom Mistress, before I'm taking a bet with myself, before I open the front cover, I'm willing to bet there's a family tree or one of the lists of every birth and death and marriage that has ever happened in this. I'm betting myself a milkshake at Johnny Rockets. Right. So I'm gonna.
Are you going to open it?
I open the cover. Do I get the milkshake?
Hang on. All right. I'm going to roll percentage die because this is a little bit different. That's 10. Okay. There are two options. One of them is exactly what you said, and then there's an option.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go with 51 or higher. It's exactly what you said.
All right.
That is a 6.
Oh.
So no, you do not win a milkshake. It doesn't have a list of family trees or births and deaths or anything like that, but it does list the Apocrypha from the original listing of the Bible. This is that old. It's from like 1825.
All right. Okay. All right, you're
Like
a little learned.
old.
All right, you a learned little monkey. Okay. Before I put the books in my backpack, and just look on the bookshelf, anything else of interest?
There's a lot more Bibles, religious books. A lot of them have like notes sticking out of them, almost like sticky notes, sticky tabs. There's, you know what? Sure, there is an Amish romance novel that is sitting on the shelf. I will pull it up for you. You don't know that these things.
Oh no, I know these things.
My interest peaked.
I'll see if I can find one.
Listen, we don't need to get into Mary Hortense and Love in the Time of Rumspringa.
Oh my God, yeah. There is, let's see, a Forbidden Rumspringa. Oh no, that's a gay Amish romance. They wouldn't do that. Falling for the Amish Bad Boy by Emma Miller. That's kind of fun.
Ooh.
He grew a
and
mustache out with his beard.
The Quilt Room Secret by Lisa Jones Baker. Yes, there are a number of Amish romance novels. But yes,
Amazing.
Sounds
Yeah,
saucy.
yes, you can, my friend. You can look up gay Amish romance novel. They do
Very popular in Indiana.
No notes. Perfection.
Beyond that, it's more of the same. And honestly, the further you get down in the books, the more there's some blood and brain matter sort of spattered along the bottom of it. So it wouldn't necessarily be the best idea for you to bring those anyway.
No, yeah. All right. I have the books. Sheila, you good to go?
Well, as good as I can be, I think. It's a little horrific in here, but I think we might be able to save some of these pages.
All right. Take whatever you can.
All right. I just like deposit her into the back seat and kind of get her in there.
Yes.
Glue Mistress, I look at the front again. Anything?
No, nothing for you. Sheila, I will let you know somewhere in the distance you do hear a coyote howling. That's not unusual for this area, but yeah, you do hear a coyote howling.
All right, and it sounds normal otherwise?
Yes.
All right. Very good.
I make my way over to the back. Do I see anything at the back?
Roll me what would you think of as a perception?
Photographer, honestly. I would put that in my 4 dice.
Okay. I'll let you do that. Roll your photographer.
Don't forget to use helps. You think you need
Oh yeah,
help?
we do have plenty of helps. We have
I forgot to use a help, but I didn't. I feel like I didn't need it on this one. I got a 17.
Ooh, okay.
Show off.
In the process of going through the back door, you notice 2 things. Actually 3. 3, you are tracking blood all over the place because you kicked this thing, you kicked a dead bear enough that there's blood all over your shoes.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to get out of the carpet of your 2002 Ford Escort. 2,
Is there any snow on the ground? I could just wipe my feet in the snow.
no, there's a lot of wet leaves.
Right.
It's not snowy right now, but it is.
Right.
It's damp, so you can certainly wipe your feet off in the wet leaves to an extent.
Yeah.
You're pretty coated right now. 2, there is a beautiful full moon outside that is showing you a lot of the area and a lot of the trees. So you're able to see pretty far into the distance, and it doesn't look like anything unusual is going on, at least as far as the woods. And then number 3, there are a bunch of letters that are on the back of the door. Like now that you had closed the door, maybe at some point, or possibly in the process of opening and closing the door, there are a number of letters. And I will put this up here. There are a number of letters there. And I can write that all out if you guys want to. But there are a number of letters that are sort of inscribed into the door itself.
Ooh.
Same forward, backwards, upside down.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. All right. Bring that up one more time. I'm so sorry.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm literally just gonna do a screen grab.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. I take a picture of it with my phone.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, what do you guys, you're all in theory back in the car safely?
Yeah.
Liz is in the back, sort of breathing real heavy and kind of a little delirious, but that might just be from a lot of deep breaths and counting loudly.
Okay.
Why don't we get you back to our hotel where we can get maybe a nice good night's sleep, and then maybe we can talk about things in the morning?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we can do.
Sheila, I start up the car and we start going. Sheila, do you have anybody nearby that you know of any animal labs or anything that can like an animal hospital or even that could like run anything?
Right. I've worked in this area before. So got some connections not too far from here.
All right. Yeah. All right. If anybody is available, like overnight, we can drop stuff off. Otherwise, maybe try to refrigerate things in a hotel fridge into the morning.
Okay. Yeah, you guys start to trek your way back. The 20-ish minutes it takes you to get back to the hotel. It's getting close to midnight at this point. While you are driving by, you do see an animal control van sort of pass you along the way, and seem to be heading the direction that you've just come from. But beyond that, the roads are pretty much silent.
Miss Rodriguez, did you call animal control before we got a hold of you?
No, I don't remember. I don't. No, I don't think so.
I don't know why. Does anyone? Why would animal control be in? Perhaps they're going.
Maybe somebody hit a deer.
Maybe they did.
Hey Sam, I took a pic. I pull out my phone and I hand it to Sam. Hey Sam, can you with the letters? Hey Sam, could you take a look at this? See if any of it makes any sense to you. I'm picking out a couple of words, but see if you can make head or tail of that.
I'm fiddling with a set of zip ties. Just fiddling around with them.
Yeah. Do you still have your snake?
Yeah, she's tucked away inside my shirt.
Okay. Right, because it was cold out. Okay.
This is my Ms. Myers. What kind of music do you like?
Who's Miss Myers?
Oh.
She's Miss Rodriguez.
What?
Mrs. Rodriguez is Ms. Myers.
Ooh, do you have any like praise music or maybe some gospel? Gospel would be really lovely, right?
No.
Oh, God.
But I do have the Beach Boys right here.
God is watching us from a distance. I like Louis Prima. My husband got me into that.
And I like Bette Midler just as much as the next bloke.
I don't. I have Beach Boys. I have Elvis. I have.
Yeah, what
Um,
CDs do you have in this car? Just out of
All right, hold on. Let's see. I got Elvis. Greatest
All right,
hits.
marking
I got
this.
the Beach Boys. I got. I got Frank. You like Frank Sinatra?
Yes. You know what? Let's do that. Frank.
All right.
Don't you have Bluetooth? It's 2024.
Listen, I have Bluetooth on my phone, but not in the car. It's a 2002 car.
They make
It's
devices,
mine.
you know,
You're in the back seat.
let you use,
How about?
that can let you use Bluetooth. Yeah, if you get for your Siggy lighter, it's a little radio broadcaster. Listen, I'll get you one. All right.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh, are you now?
Yeah,
right.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you.
All right.
So, as all of this is happening, I don't think I'm paying attention at all. Do I recognize any of this? It's already locked in.
Yeah, you memorized it, sure. Roll your investigative journalist.
Sure.
With your eidetic memory, maybe you can remember something that you've encountered in the past.
So, question: my investigative is 4, my eidetic is 3. What would you?
I would say roll 4. You can roll 4.
Oh, okay. Solid 11.
Ooh. No, there's nothing you can come up with. I mean, you're racking your brain thinking through some of the stuff that you've covered in Deeds of the Wicked on your podcast, but nothing modern ever had anything this involved. Wicked historical, maybe, but even then, most of the stuff that you've been looking into historically, if it has anything to do with seemingly Latin, it's more like, scary Latin music in the background of podcasts. I don't know.
Great. Cool.
Yeah, you guys are able to make it back to your it's the Sheraton. That's right. I pulled
Sheridan.
this up. The Sheraton.
Sheridan.
Yeah. And you guys are able to come back in. I'm curious if you're going to have any kind of explanation for the state that you're in, or possibly that there's an additional person that is with you now.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Question.
Yeah.
Is the Sheridan front entrance the only entrance to this hotel? Because sometimes they have side entrances or even back entrances.
Ooh, good point. Yeah, it's a modern hotel. It probably has a side entrance. As long as your key hasn't been locked out or anything crazy, you should be fine.
Let's use that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you, at least today, you haven't put your key card against a cell phone and somehow weirded it out. It's a relatively modern hotel, so good call. Yes, you are welcome to bring your now seemingly inebriated guest with you. She's sort of stumbling about at this point, like woo, woo, woo. I can count to 15. Woo,
Oh,
woo.
Valium
She's
will do
staying
that
with-
to you.
She's staying with you.
oh no.
All right.
No. That's fine. She's probably gonna knock out in a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
So I say we get into the hotel room, we get cozy. I want to take a shower.
Right. Yes. We're all gonna need a bit of a cleanup.
Hey Sheila, let me see. Here, step into my room real quick. Let's. Let me see. Let me see what I handed you.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
And I make sure that the Glock is fully loaded.
Oh, okay.
Hand it back to her.
Can you describe briefly what that looks like? The process of you loading and reloading the gun. Like, is it like okay, it takes a second and you have to like put the things back in or whatever, or is it like a clack, 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 clack kind of stuff?
It was take a second, go pop out the magazine, go through, just exchange it for a different magazine that I had in an inside pocket, and pop it back in.
Okay. So certainly, knowledgeably, you reload the magazine without pop it back in.
Just pop it back in. Here you go.
And give it back to Sheila?
I hand it back to Sheila.
And hand it back to Sheila. Okay. Now we know
All
where
right.
to go.
You got
Hey,
another
Sam.
one?
Hey, Sam.
Yeah. Yes.
I open my backpack. I move aside a couple of things. I unzip what looks like a zipper that wasn't there inside my backpack, and I pull out another one for you. Hold on to that, please.
Do you need some help?
Nope.
We'll go through safety later.
Okay.
All right.
I would love to take a look at these notes.
All right. In fact, let's all. Sheila, how many beds do you have in your room? 2?
Yeah, the usual.
All right. Let's all reconnect in your room in let's say 20 minutes.
All right.
I'd feel a little bit better if we were all in the same place.
Yeah, I see that. All right, everyone got cleaned up, and but we need to figure out something to do with what would you say her name is? Myers.
Mrs. Myers.
Elizabeth Myers. Yes.
We should leave her alone.
Oh no, we're gonna put her into bed. We're gonna clean her up, put her into bed.
All right.
Keep an eye on her.
All right. All right, let's do it.
Okay, so for the moment, you guys have all split up individually to go into your rooms and get stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so within that 20 minutes, you now have time to either process things that are going on as yourself, or actually, that might be interesting. I think I'm just going to highlight each one of you as we go and see how everybody's doing and what you're doing in that 20 minutes. And we're going to pretend that you can't hear one another. So we're going to start with, let's go with Sam. Okay, Sam, you have ostensibly 20 minutes to yourself to at the very least get cleaned up and get the blood off of anything that you're wearing. You were less in the blood than most others.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not as bloody. Maybe it was on like the bottom of my shoes, but like I just feel icky. So I want to clean up. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm on my laptop, searching, asking around. Like I want to ask some of my contacts maybe who might know what it's a pentagram, I think is what it's called. It's forward, backwards, up and down.
I don't remember what it. Of course, I looked it up a minute ago, and now I can't remember what it is. But yes, it is it's a square. It's
a word play thing.
Yeah.
And then I would like to see if I can't get my hands on the notes and see if I can't salvage something.
Okay. Looking up, once you start to type it into search engines, it's basically it's like a spell. It's a square of protection that is commonly used in a lot of different things. But yeah, definitely used by faith healers, by a lot of the Mennonite community specifically. But it is supposed to protect the person within the area from bad energy and bad harm and whatnot. So that one's pretty easy to find. Do you have the notes, or did Sheila still have them?
Sheila still has them, but I'm going to go get them.
Okay. So we will deal with that shortly, but that is the answer you have, that it is this square is basically a spell of safety.
Okay,
and
cool.
It makes sense that it would be stuck in a door. All right. Now we're going to go to Sheila and see what happens with you. Okay, Sheila.
Good eye. I don't get totally cleaned up, so I'm still my clothes are still kind of dirty. But I washed my face and my hands, and I've not for nothing. I'm putting on some lotion. It's the lotion I've got with me is an SPF, and I've still got the Glock down my belt, and also I'm going to take a moment and send a text to a local friend, Dr. Tietzel, so to see if his lab is going to be open tomorrow, so we could take a look and do whatever necropsy we might be able to do with the samples that I was able to get, and I'm gonna start taking a look at the baggie full of bloody papers that I've got. See if I can suss out anything, but I'm also I've prepared a couple of the zip ties. They're attached to my belt, and they're in loops around my belt, but loose enough that I can still get my hands in and out of them, just in case they become necessary.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. While you are able to get in touch with, did you say Tietzel?
Tietzel.
That's fun to say. You were able to get in touch, relatively speaking. I mean, it's you text and it goes to one of those like, this person has silenced their text messages for the night kind of situation, but at least you know it went through. And while you are sort of going through all of the different things that you have, you take a couple of seconds, probably longer than you should, and you sort of have the bag that has the pieces of paper in it that's covered in blood, and you sort of just take a second to inhale that blood as much as you can, just
Right.
way in there for a second, and then you shut it back up and put it as far away from you in the room as possible. Okay, now we're moving on to Jack Brown. Ooh. All right, Jack, you have 20 minutes by yourself.
All right. I get a shower real quick. I take off my scarf and my hat, which got some bear blood on them. I put them in the little laundry bag that a lot of hotels give you. Jump in the shower, wash off my jacket as much as I can. It's a good weatherproof jacket, so basically wash that off, clean up. Meanwhile, I text a photo of the letters. What is the word for that? I'm so sorry.
I don't remember what the heck it was called. Yeah, the square thing.
Yeah, the square thing. So I send a letter of that to my boss and say, hey, I send a picture of that to my boss saying, any idea what this might mean? And basically just get dressed, clean off my hiking shoes as best I can. Different ball cap that I picked up earlier today in the gift shop. Different scarf, and just make sure that I got everything. Close up my carry-all, and take my carry-all with me over to Sheila's room. Backpack on the shoulder.
Okay. You have all of your stuff. All right. While you are texting your boss, what were you texting him again? I'm sorry.
I sent him a picture of the thing and said, any idea what this might be? Anybody who might know?
He texts back, cursory internet exam. Seems it's some kind of protection spell thing. It's used a lot by Amish and Mennonite communities. There is a spell that's potentially related to it where if you want to I would have to read this verbatim, but if you want to stop something from being on fire, you write that onto a plate, and then you throw the plate in the fire, and that's supposed to stop the fire from happening.
Okay. Do any texting them back? Do any of the individual words in there mean anything other than like their obvious names such as opera or tenet or a repo?
Yeah. It might mean something specific in Latin, but I don't know. And
Okay.
neither does your boss off the top of his head. Although, then he texts you back, "What the hell is going on there?" And there is a little bit of a clip of it's about 30 seconds of a local news story where a fire has started near where you guys are staying. Not exactly where you are. It's in York City. But there has been a small localized fire that was just put out, and a single resident in a house is believed to have died.
Don't know. Does it look like it was spontaneous combustion by chance?
He texts back, "It can't rule it out yet. It might be."
Thanks. I'll let you know.
Okay. And we're back to Sheila's room. This entire time you guys have been around, Liz, I'm guessing, has probably just been on like Sheila's bed, and she's just laying there.
Right.
Whee! She's not asleep. She's definitely still awake, but she's sort of just mumbling to herself, like, ooh, ooh.
I think she's just a little bit crackers, but
ooh,
Oh man, I
mostly-
love this.
ooh.
So hey, Sheila, can I get those notes?
you can try. There's not much I could think to do to get them. Here's your bloody notes.
I see what you did there.
That was good. Yeah, Sam, they are coded. I mean, they're sort of stuck together. Now, it'll take some effort if you want to go for it, to pry them apart and wait for them to dry. But you're basically, the whole room is going to be coated in blood at that point.
I'm going to go into the bathroom. I'm going to put the little towels. I'm going to very gently, and then I'm going to take the little hair dryer that's attached to the wall, and I'm just going to be like,
Oh, that's right.
So
Did everyone bring
appar-
money?
All right, Sheila, can you say that one more time?
Did everyone bring tip money for alcohol?
yeah, I suppose I.
This is gonna be- Ooh.
Yeah. He did give Pim gave us some cash. That'd be fine. Yeah.
it's in the bathroom. It's fine. We'll just wipe it up.
Right,
Yeah,
nothing suspicious ever happens in a bathroom. With a loo.
Just don't turn on your blue lights, people. You black lights. So basically, just got a tip, Sam, that there's another possible spontaneous combustion just a short way from here in the city.
Oh, really?
Fire department just put out a single house fire.
Oh,
one
that's
fatality.
awful. Oh, that's awful.
Why are you
Oh,
smiling?
that's really bad.
Why
Sorry.
are you smiling? Sam?
I'm not smiling.
You were smiling.
I'm not smiling.
Anyway,
Interesting. Yeah.
All right.
Liz,
Ooh.
Liz, hi,
Hi.
hi, hey Liz,
Yeah.
what do you know about spontaneous combustion?
Fire.
Yeah.
Crackerjack.
I was looking that up.
Okay.
I was looking that up.
Okay.
All right.
What'd you find?
Um, I don't think I've found much.
Okay.
There's a lot. I mean, witches and fire don't go well together.
No, yeah, witch burnings and all that. Yeah.
It's not good.
No.
But, and I'm going to share a brief video clip with you guys, if I can, of what it sounds like when she starts talking. She starts to mumble in. Let me see if I can share screen this language, because this is really cool. You can suck it anyway. Adding to stage. This is a guy who is an expert in Pennsylvania Dutch, and he's about to say a very simple phrase. But now you'll understand what I'm talking about when I'm like, what the hell?
Es freut mich, mit dir heit zu schwätzen. Well, na is es Mats. Es Frühjahr kommt und der Winter ist vorbei. Letzte Monat in Hanning hat die Grundsaat sei Schatten gezähne, so ist wieder in sein Loch gegraddelt. So wir müssen noch ein bisschen Water für warmes Wetter und schöne Blumen. Ich brauche das Frühjahr arg viel. Dann kann ich wieder mein Motorcycle fahren und in mein Garten schaffen.
Okay, I would say
All right. You played a clip from Philly from Germany, but you didn't do as much as subscribe to her channel.
I'm sorry.
She is a national treasure, recently American. Not that means anything anymore.
I will
but come on.
subscribe. I'm subscribing right now. There we go.
Okay,
There.
there we go.
There.
In this
Also-
house,
All
we
right.
support each
She
other.
does good work.
Hit
Are
that
you
like
sure that
button.
wasn't Simlish?
Doesn't it sound like that? It's
Well,
like
that
German with no accent and a Swedish cadence.
Right.
Takes me back to my youth.
That's what that is.
But yeah, that's what it sounds like. It truly, it sounds like she's kind of mumbling in Simlish, for lack of a better term. But yeah, she just starts kind of mumbling in this very strange sounding language, which sounds like that.
okie dokie. So, do I get anything from the notes?
It takes a while, probably about half an hour, where you are blow drying bear blood into the sink, which is slowly dripping. And it seems like Sheila's really trying to avoid you right now for whatever reason. She's just really not into the bear blood smell that you are shifting into the room.
Not that bad.
But there is a piece of paper that you finally sort of get an idea about, and it is I'm gonna write it. I think it's REA. I might have spelled that incorrectly, but this is what you can make out. Ray Myers Hollow.
Okay.
The rest of it is kind of scribbly. Some of it's in German, Pennsylvania Dutch. But that you can definitely make out as some kind of location.
Okay. Is that all the information that I get from the notes?
Just from that first page, if you want to spend, now it's closing in on 1 o'clock in the morning. If you want to spend the rest of the night just trying to blow dry the pages, you would certainly be able to do so. You might get a little bit more information out of it, but these things are like soaked through. So it's hard to tell whether or not you'll be able to glean anything more out of it.
Okay. All right. I will discontinue my activity. And I clean up. I have some Clorox wipes that I wipe some things down. I get a towel. I'm cleaning it up a little bit. Don't worry.
You're ruining the towels, but it's okay.
It's
Everyone
fine. I'll
ruins-
just put them in the trash can.
Everyone
outside.
ruins the towels.
It's by no means the worst I've ever done to any of my hotel rooms. The last animal I rescued was a possum.
Ooh.
That was an adventure.
American or Australian?
Actually, I've done both.
The Australian ones are super cute. The American ones are a little frightening.
Oh, they're all
I
cute.
love the
Put
American
them the right way.
Gloom Mistress, I am texting contacts at the TV station. What do they know about the fire? And contacts inside of the police, same question.
So far, the situation is cordoned off. Nothing's being revealed yet. They know that there was one resident. They know that the building basically caught fire, but only in one corner of the building. It's one of those row houses, so of course they were really concerned that it would catch in different places, and especially with it's cold, so they think it could have been a heater, like a space heater that sparked. It could have been any number of things. But yeah, they know that the resident is dead, but they don't have any other information to give out. Neither the news nor the police are willing to give out anything right now.
Okay.
Have they released the name of the person?
That's a good question.
Is it a man? If they have, yeah, is it a man?
It is definitely a man, but they are not giving out his name just yet. They are trying to contact his family.
Very good.
Oh, by the way, friends, that pentagram thingy, protection spell, just so you know.
All right, but
Pennsylvania Dutch
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Any idea if Sam, if the individual words in them meant anything special, like opera, for instance, or tenet?
Would a Google search have told me that?
I'm about to find out.
Right. Well, no. What was it supposed to protect her from? Or in a where did you find it?
I was
On the back of the back door.
Oh, is Elizabeth still conscious? Can we ask her about it?
I mean, she's mumbling in Pennsylvania Dutch, but it doesn't say anything specific about the what the words mean, other than that you can start it with Rotos instead of Sator. So you could start it either direction. And it could be a Christian symbol, a magical incantation, or reference to Greek or Egyptian deities.
All right.
Huh.
so not really.
Fraulein.
Yeah.
Fraulein Elizabeth. Fraulein Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guten Nacht. And then I continue in German. Why did you write the protection spell on the back of the door?
Wieso hast du diese Hexe geschrieben? Sorry, I'll stop.
No. Thank you for doing that. I was wondering if anybody would be able to even halfway interpret some of the stuff that was in there. She focuses on the word hexe.
Mhm.
Hexe. And then she just keeps kind of repeating it. Just saying that over and over again.
All right, we're not gonna get anything out of her tonight.
Well, can we find out anything if it's what drew the bears to her, or was it supposed to be anti-fire, or was it supposed to be protection from something else? Can we?
Well, hex symbols are for protection. They're not gonna draw evil towards it.
All right. Well, but there was something just wickedly wrong with those bears, and if magic is a thing that we're having to deal with, then that's the only explanation. If we don't find anything like that, the snap of consciousness that I got from the bear, just as it died, I'm starting to think that perhaps magic is what wasn't involved, because that wouldn't have happened if it was something chemical or in its blood or in its lungs or in its that it ate.
So you're saying it was some kind of a hypnotic mind control?
I'm not saying anything except that there was something that I can't explain through physical or medical means. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna if the local lab is gonna be able to help, but the way the way it looked at made me think that there was something else affecting its mind. Well, then Jack just up and disappeared, eh? All right.
Oop.
Well, what
I'm
are
going
you
to the bathroom.
All right.
Mind the blood
mine's the blood.
towel. Yeah.
It's even a single clean towel.
There's toilet paper. That's about it. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I put all the towels in those rinky-dink like plastic baggies that you get on the inside of the
Oh
the
yeah,
trash
those like
can.
clear, sad
Yeah.
plastic baggies.
It's
Yeah.
like I tried my best, okay? Listen.
Well, it's better you than me.
Mm.
You have no idea.
So yeah, I feel like we should probably get some rest, because I guarantee you that crime scene won't be ready for us until tomorrow. You
Right.
know, they're not going to let anybody in there until after the cleanup anyway. So
I'm gonna also text see if I can find out who's part of animal control and see what call they were answering when we were coming back. I can't believe I didn't think to before now.
Oh yeah, that you would potentially have connections with that. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna see if I can find out what kind of call that they were answering, if that was related to our bears.
Sure. As you guys are sort of winding down and getting settled for things, at one point you start to see that Liz is getting kind of oddly restless for being in a stupor of like whatchamacallit, Valium. She was kind of floppy earlier. She's sort of, it's like she's having a bad dream. She's sort of tossing around a little bit. And at one point, she sits bolt upright while all of you are sort of sitting around. And she says, "There is a dark energy present here. I know that it has come through this door. You." Nope. There. You.
What are you on about? What are you? Dark presence?
Dark energy.
Dark what? What?
She must leave before it's too late. And then she gets up and sort of runs to the window and throws open the curtains and then just basks in the moonlight that's coming through the window. And we're going to leave it there.
That was bloody scary.
Yay! Jack's mouth is just like, oh. That's all I have planned right now. So we're just going to have to.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I knew where I was getting to. I had a dramatic moment planned, and now I have hit it, and now I am excited.
Dun dun dun.
I love being part of dramatic moments.
That was fun. There's a lot of, man, if people are watching this on the playback, there's going to be a lot of Snoopy moments that they can find out. Like, ooh, everyone's secrets. Great, yeah. She has dark energy. She's just Australian.
I'm Australian. We don't have that kind of a dark energy.
Listen, Of course you do. It's where all the Sith are from. I mean, I've seen the Star Wars prequels. All of them, all three of them, were filmed in Australia,
And just listen to the
True.
clouds.
tearing down the set of Moulin Rouge in order to make it happen. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
Moulin Rouge was torn down in order for this set for episode 2 to happen. Same soundstage.
Dang.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor was very upset.
understandably, he just finished
Yeah.
that movie.
Aw.
Yeah, and it was literally like he went. I remember reading an interview. This is so important for horror gaming. I remember reading an interview of him from like 20 years ago, where he said he finished filming Moulin Rouge, went on vacation for 2 weeks, came back, was still in Australia, but came back to the soundstage and saw. He's like, "Oh, we're on a soundstage right next door," but they were also taking over Moulin Rouge and they were tearing down the windmill.
No.
Oh.
What about the other?
Womp
Yeah, so
Crikey.
Well, we did things.
Crikey indeed.
we did things. Yeah.
And correct me if I am wrong, but Katie, you are not available next week. Is that
Unfortunately, I am not. No, I have a
And
very. Can't be here. Well,
so we will try to pick it up, maybe not next week, but the week after, which will be great. But before we wrap up everything for the night, where I get to leave it on a banging cliffhanger, let us say hi to everybody, and we can. We can talk about your things. So how do I make the highlight doodad? Yeah.
Ah,
Okay. We'll start with
hello.
Katie.
Hi, guys, I'm Katie Hauser. I am an actor, and amongst other things, I'm here in New York, chilling out, having some good times. You can catch me at Rune Away with me, Katie. Rune Away with Katie. I do rune readings, tarot readings, other stuff, or you could just like chat. It's cool. That's me.
Whee! All right.
And you can find me at hobthetroll@bandcamp.com.
hobthetroll.bandcamp.com.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, whoop. Ta-da!
Hey everybody, I'm Dan Costello. You can find me also at hobthetroll.bandcamp.com. And I am not Shakespeare actively for Renaissance Fair purposes until the very end of May and beginning of June. But in the meantime, you can join me Tuesday mornings right here on Nat 21 Adventures for Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. That's at 10 a.m. Tuesday mornings. All of my links right there, linktree.e/Shakespeare.approves. Linktree, it gives you all the things. Go be a patron on my Patreon and all of that. It's a good time. Get all the scripts of stuff I'm working on and all of that good shenanigans. And basically, yeah, I would really appreciate it if each and every one of you would take 5 minutes out of your day, tomorrow or Friday or whatever, and call your representatives. No particular reason. Just you know, don't want to live in a fascist dictatorship. Okay.
5 calls.
Well, thank you.
5 calls.
Well, hello. So when I'm not speaking in a terrible Australian accent, then I am speaking in a terrible English accent as Lady Prudence. from Majesty's
Oh,
Court.
Lady Prudence's accent is not terrible. It is delightful.
Oh, go on.
I will.
Lady Prudence, your emotional support bard, is here for your entertainment and pleasure for families of all ages. And for 7 more magical weekends, we'll be at the Arizona Renaissance Festival. So anyone who is nearby or not nearby, there's a nice big airport nearby. So fly into Sky Harbor and come and see us at one of the most lovely and magical fairs in the middle of the desert in Arizona. Yes, even President's Day Monday, which brings me to Modern Mondays with Lady Prue will not be going on President's Day because I will have just worked an entire fair day. In fact, I will still be working at the usual time that I put on Modern Monday. So Modern Monday is dark this week for what's that? This is the 17th, February 17th. But I'm gonna make it up to you by appearing next Friday on the Patreons are hereby invited to join us for an AMA. I am the special guest this month for the for the Ask Me Anything. Get to know your bard and hang out for a bit on 2 Fridays from now. So that would be lovely if you join in. And of course, you can always find my music at ladyprudence.bandcamp.com. I really ought to make myself one of those little nightbot exclamation Lady Prue or something, so that someone can
exclamation Prue. That's all it should be. Yeah.
Exclamation Prue. Yes. So that I can have cool, awesome links pop up. So someone teach me how to do that. And but otherwise, typically Modern Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Total Request No Rehearsal Time Extravaganza. And otherwise, find me at a fair near you, including the Scarborough Fair. In the first 5 weeks of the Scarborough Fair, more or less, I will be performing as Lady Prudence at that beautiful fair. Yay!
You should just live stream your final set from Arizona on Monday.
That would be adorable. It'll be the Mermaid because at that point we're doing the front gate show because the fair closes right at 6 local time, which is right when I would start at 8 p.m.
Modern Monday.
Yeah, Modern Monday. So I don't know if I can set up
and the stormy winds do blow.
And
Yep.
we are
More sailors go skipping on the top. Although lovers lie down.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's just as you see. It's a bunch of people all desperately trying to lip sync together. And for the most part, it goes pretty well.
In 4 states and 3 time zones.
Right.
Yay!
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. My name is Melissa, and I put this together. And I've done other things too. Like at some point, I wrote a book. I'm written 2, actually. So this is my
Yeah, you have.
book. Yeah. And it's called Dread, and it's super creepy, and I love it, and you guys should definitely check it out.
And it's very good, and I like it a lot. I have it on my iPad.
Ooh, thank you. I'm glad that worked out. That was the bitch and a half to format. Those formatting books is mean. Also, we would like to thank Nat 21. Well, that's us. We would like to thank Destination. That's what I wanted to call it. Destination D&D. You can find it online. I know in July is when they are doing their next travel, I believe.
July 14 through 19.
There we go. So please check it out online. Also, thanking our friends at 3D2U as per usual. They will be vending at a whole bunch of different events shortly, so please check them out online as well. Dan, did you have something you wanted? You were raising your hand, but
No. There was just this little bit of screen available, so I was just being an idiot.
Wonderful. Well, we'll be doing, I don't know, we might be doing something next week, or at the very least, we will pick this up in 2 weeks with our exciting cliffhanger of what the hell's going on. And there's a moon. It's also a full moon right now, just in case
It really
anyone's
is.
curious. Yeah,
That is
there
correct.
was a part of me where I was like, go outside, go look outside right now. But anyway,
It's shining in through my back window at the moment. It's really cool.
All right.
Very cool.
We'll see you guys soon. So have a wonderful night.
Thank you guys.
Mwah.